Hello, everybody, and welcome to Forever Sports. Absolute scenes at the DHL Stadium. Ben Jason Dixon scoring a try in the 79th minute, only for Clayton Blommetjies to miss the conversion and the Bulls to hang on to beat the Stormers 33 points to 32. Ridiculous game. I mean, the way that the lead changed. You look at, for example, like a points flow chart, and it just looks like this. They traded blows. It swung from one side to the next. There were yellow cards. There was some very interesting tries, and in the end, goal kicking, a part of the game which has become such a big topic, especially when you're looking at a team like the Stormers and you've seen the Marty Liebach issues. That will take center stage once again today because far too many points left out off the boot of the likes of Yuri Mattia, David Creel, and then Clayton Blommetjies, and it came back to bite the Stormers the most in the end. And the Bulls, well, it's a big win for them. Stormers will get 2 points for coming within 7, as well as getting 4 tries. So at least they come away with 2 points, but they'll be wondering how do they not manage to snatch that victory from the jaws of defeat. Should have is the reality. But yeah, before we break the game down, please do smash a like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Well, let's go through these events. I mean, first things first, electric start for the Bulls. They scored in the first minute. They looked like they were on it from the start. And Kubas Visa crossed the line with the resulting kick missing from David Creel. But Stormers then replied. Francois Herb, of all people, dived over in the 10th minute. Joe Mattia making no mistake to make it 7 points to 5. The Bulls looked very accurate, but you struggled to create notable chance initially, and eventually they managed to get some better ball and opportunity. And Jan-Hendrik Wessels went over in the 18th minute. Creel made no mistake. Creel then adding 3 extra points on the half-hour mark. So 15 points to 7. You felt the Bulls had a little bit of control. But then Yuri Mattia knocking that down, and Salman Murat going over. Very interesting try, actually. They were right up against the tie line and had an advantage, and Khalan tried to sort of put in that signature, a little sort of dab through in the boot. Ricochet off a Bulls boot, back to the hands of Salman Murat, who then dived over Yuri Mattia, making no mistake. So at half-time, 17 points to 15. We thought we'd potentially have quite a close game. That Stormers would probably be the happier side at half-time, but Bulls would be backing themselves. And so especially because, before half-time, Creel then go to 3 points, but they were kind of under the pump with the Bulls. The Stormers would have felt probably a little bit better despite being down at half-time. But tell you what, Bulls start like a house on fire. Harold forced across the line in the first minute. Creel making no mistake. But then, big spanner in the works. At 25 points to 17, Gerard Stenenkamp gets a yellow card. Just a minute later, Evan Ruiz crosses the line, and all of a sudden, 22 points, 25. Then Warwick Khalan completes a brilliant try, starting from basically 22 from Stormers. They went the length of the field within 30, 40 seconds, and 25 points to 27. Both those conversions missed. And then Creel added a penalty to retake the league at 28 points to 27. Ruben Famar crossed the line at 70 points. And at 33-27, you think that should be game over. But then Ben Jason Dixon, 78th minute, goes over and maybe 10 meters to the right, not even from Clayton Blommetjies. But he was dawdling, you know. It was like he's just no intent to try and kick it. He wants to like run the clock down. And by the time he took it, he looked like he was rushed. And then he missed it. And despite his own card getting a yellow card, 32 points, 33 is how the final score did end. And I tell you what, John Dobson will be kicking his team and kicking themselves, really, the Stormers, for not have gotten that result. Because it was there for them. You know, they should have gotten it. There was no excuse not to get it. Very, very strange. But if we look at the stats, for example, I mean, they said the points flow charts is bizarre. The minutes in the lead, Stormers at 16, Bulls at 63. But the lead did trade quite a few times. And the win probability also shifting left, right, center the entire time. It was one of those games where every single time you thought a team was kind of like settled in, it would then change. And you'd kind of have to rethink your opinion on who's going to take the game. The one thing the Bulls had was a set piece, though. You know, the scrums were very, very impressive. I mean, Frans Boer being folded by Gerard Stenenkamp shows you just how powerful this Bulls scrum is, and that really bodes well for the likes of the Springboks, for example, and the career ahead for Gerard Stenenkamp. But the Bulls scrum was so good. Won lots of penalties. The Stormers eventually managed to sort it out with the replacement scrum and the likes of that. Took them a while. Both lines were relatively solid. I felt that the Bulls, it didn't really work with Villarreal at 10 as much as I think we thought it would. which was strange because they did have reasonable front football, but I didn't get to see the ball into the back line too much. Didn't really get to bring in their centres. I thought Yuri Mateo was poor off the tee, but not bad in open play, and a couple of very nice moments that Stormers pack definitely put in a big shift. Let's look at some of the stats, shall we? 59% territory for the Stormers and 55% possession, having 82% in those final 10 minutes. I look at the set pieces, lineouts, Bulls didn't miss a beat. Same with the scrums. 83% success for the scrums for the Stormers, 86% for the lineouts. One thing Bulls were really poor at was restarts. They made a mess of a lot of those. Bulls, pretty good at the breakdowns. While 6 turnovers, one Cameron Honeycomb with a man of the match performance was absolutely superb. They tackled a lot better as well. I thought defensively the Bulls were much better. In terms of some big players, Warwick Cullen had another electrifying game. Topped the line breaks chart, topped the carry chart. JF Van Heerden put in a big shift with tackles. Evan Ruiz was pretty solid as well. Cameron Honeycomb entertaining. So with that, the Bulls go up to 35 points. They trail Glasgow by 2 points, but they do have a game in hand, getting all 5 points. The Stormers will gain 2 points from that match, but will not be able to get themselves back into that top 8. They'll now sit with 23 points, 1 point behind the top 8, and they've now caught up with the amount of games the rest of most of the league have had, with the exception of the Sharks, the Bulls, as well as the Lions, who currently all have games in hand. Let me know what you thought about the game down in the comments below. Smash the like on the video, subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steve. I'll chat to you soon.